All right, hello again. Me back in action with some Indiana Jones right here. I'm janglestorm once again, and this is Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures for the Super Nintendo. And you're currently witnessing a whole series of boulders. How did we get here? I have no idea, but we're gonna get there soon anyway. So let's just reset. Anyway, yeah. So this is a Super Nintendo game that I actually grew up with as a kid. So to have come back to this as a speedrun later on was very nice. So this is a run that we're gonna do on easy difficulty. You can choose between easy, normal, and hard, but easy is just the more speedrun friendly, and you'll see soon enough what it is. Also, before I start the run, it's a good thing to point out, Indy's gonna be throwing grenades, and usually when he's doing that, there's gonna be some flashing involved. So if you're photosensitive or anything, it's good to know that there is a flashing warning for this game. But I'll try to point it out as soon as we get to those moments also. And also, time doesn't start until the first cutscene starts, so if you're getting ready yet for that, then oh, you need to get off the demo first. But there you go. Final check. See, that's easy. All right. All right. So time will start right now. So this is basically kind of a run-through of the three classic movies, and that's all you need to really watch if you've never seen the entire series. But yeah, anyway, it starts with the Race of the Lost Ark, and we're in search of the Golden Idol, and there's fish that try to jump up to me. And yeah, as I said, we'll be throwing grenades here and there, and there's going to be some parkour. We've got a whip, so you know, it's very classic indie action in that sense. And yeah, you'll see a lot of kind of like throwbacks to the series. I won't say that's necessarily accurate to the movies, but that doesn't matter. I mean, it's still great fun and very recognizable. So yeah, and there's bats. There we go. Of course, there's lots of traps. One of the main speed tag things here that I try to do is I roll a lot. So yeah, if you have any rolling emotes or anything, feel free to spam them in chat, I guess. There's going to be a lot of that, if I can. It's not always possible, but... So I use these grenades to open up these spider webs a little bit more quickly, so it speeds up things a little bit as well. Alright, so in between stages you often have yeah, some cutscenes basically. They're basically like these screen grabs from the movies, and the texts that are complementing it, they're not necessarily what's the exact dialogue, but it sort of evokes it, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so we're back to this boulder stage now. We're being chased, of course. We got the idol, and now we have to run away from this. And for some reason, this boulder has some interesting gravity somehow. So I don't know. So what I try to do is I just obviously try to keep running because yeah, it's gonna catch up on me eventually otherwise. And there's also various other things I try to do, like running up ramps and such. Makes things a little bit faster. If you try to run up it, it's a little bit slower, so we try to not do that. That was pretty close, but there we go. One more, and there we go. Done with the boulder. It's actually possible to entirely stand on the right side of the screen, and then it really comes down to memorization, because that's basically what it is, just a lot of memorization for that. Alright, so that brings us to Nepal, our next destination, and it's very snowy here. This introduces us to these boxes that you can either roll into or punch, and we'll be doing that pretty frequently throughout the game. So this will not be the first time that you'll be seeing them. The wolves. Also got these snowballs. So these snowballs, if I get hit by them, that's like the very one instance where I won't get any iframes. So I have to basically watch out not to roll them too much. Also, that bird was mean. See, throw a grenade here. You can jump over these two, that's always nice. But yeah, this part's mostly slow because of those snowballs really bouncing the way they do. That was fun. See? So there wasn't anything there. The funny thing is, this game has a certain kind of memory management, which makes for certain enemies to not appear in certain spots where you would expect them, but they do appear in our spots instead. It's almost like an enemy swap of sorts. Let's go. Which makes it easier or difficult to get through certain parts depending. anyway, so now we're in the Ravenwood bar. It's so I was talking about accuracy. This is it's not as big as it looks here. Let's just say I don't know how many times as big this is, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The whole thing is collapsing, and I just have to make sure that I outrun the fire. And ooh, it was speaking of fire. There's some crumbling paths as well. See if I can do a roll cancel here. Okay, it was a little bit too far. Okay, that was a weird input. I did a drop apparently. Oh, I have to restart the entire level. But yeah, ideally you would do like a roll cancel there, and that would push the box far enough that you can directly jump onto that higher platform there. So that's what I'm trying to go for. Let's see if I can get it on a retry. I never realized this level didn't have a checkpoint. PIL. Let's see. There. Okay, the song with my inputs, alright. I have to watch out. I just have to very carefully press them. That's what. See. This. Okay, that works. Tiny little bounce. I don't mind. Alright, time for the first boss. This is Arno Toad. You also see him in the movie. There's a couple of cameos from other characters besides Indy, like in this case also Marion, who we have to save. Also that collapses. But there we go, you know, the whole thing is on fire, but we're saving Marion, so all's good. Alright, time for another trip. And now we go to Cairo. Yeah, this is basically where it turns into Aladdin for a little bit. There's a lot of parkour. It's basically Aladdin minus the cape strats or whatnot. if you played the game or know the speedrun, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's a lot of parkour here. We swing from these pegs. We use a whip very frequently. We try to roll around a lot as well. But the thing is, even with the smallest enemies, if I would accidentally roll into them, you basically get rolled back almost instantly. So it's a bit finicky sometimes. So I try to do these really small rolls sometimes, even if only to save a little bit of time. There we go. There's also parkour skip here, hopefully. Yeah, okay, that was good. Ooh, we got a bullet. Okay. You could turn around quickly enough that you don't see the bullet actually, but I was a bit too slow there. It's fine. Okay, gonna climb here. And we punch down these baskets. Kill the monkey, sorry monkey. Let's see, gonna grab a heart. Oh, this is an interesting part because you can do like an bunny jump here. Oh nice, I got it, cool. So if you let go at exactly the right moment, somewhat late in the cycle, you can actually do that. Oh yeah, this is entirely accurate to the movie, by the way. Exactly. Just grab the gun, easy, every single time. Okay, so now we got this sort of chase where we have to follow this wagon, eventually get on board, but what the game doesn't tell you is, or what you don't know is, that you can also get on board like right away, before the game indicates that you can do that. So, you know, I just do that, and now the game indicates, oh, you can get on board, okay. So we're getting in ahead of ourselves. And now we're finding this guy who technically we're not even supposed to meet right away, because this is the guy that we're normally supposed to see later on in Raiders of the Lost Ark. So there's a bit of inaccuracy there. And now we just jump off the wagon because we're done.
Let's go.
Okay, back to Cairo, this time at night. This is a perfect opportunity to roll around a little bit more. It allows me to also roll underneath these flower pots, for instance, or these pots that get thrown out the window, so it's also pretty nice. See, a bit of skip here. There's also a couple of these places where I whip a pack and then almost instantly cancel that animation in order to get to a certain platform. There was a thing like that in the first Cairo stage as well. So there's gonna be another one coming up here actually, like that. There we go. I'd also do these forward boosts when I roll, in order to save a little bit of time as well. There we go. Okay, cool. See, gonna roll here. Here's a flashing warning, by the way, for those wondering. Sometimes you see that soldier, sometimes you don't, but there we go. Okay, and that's gonna take us slowly to the Well of Souls. This is the dig site where they're gonna head to, and or where we're gonna head to, and it's a pretty straightforward level in that sense. Well, there's minecarts and there's also birds. The birds will become worse later on. Let me tell you that. This is a level that they usually in my splits call jerk birds. They're not nearly as bad here, to be honest, but yeah, it's still, you know, the first time that, yeah, no, I noticed them, like, oh yeah, birds. Yeah, another forward boost, and that finishes this level. So now we got a series of levels that actually take place in the Well of Souls. And as you would expect, there's gonna be snakes. And snakes in this game, you get the snake bits. They're instant kills, instant death. So you don't want to fall into them unless you have iframes. That's probably the only thing here. Grenades, by the way, they basically take out the entire screen. So if you have a whole group of vets, you know, you can use that and it just clears the path entirely. Also, there was a secret entry that I went through just now. It's a little bit faster. It could get some cool extra stuff, you know, not a bad thing. Okay, that was nicely grouped together. Ooh, still made it in there, that's pretty cool. Okay, fine. I tried to jump at a somewhat late moment so I can actually make it over there. It can go a ways. See? Okay, there we go. Hey, we found the Ark. Yes, we're done with the movie. Oh wait, we're not. Because now we're trying to get out. And they're like, nope, you're gonna stay here. And it's gonna be darker than ever. So this is Well of Souls Part 2. And that's for the speedrun is an interesting level in that there's a floor clip that I can do here. That was actually discovered by the previous world record holder, Gar. But yeah, if I do that first try, it does save me at least 10 seconds, so it will be cool. Let's see. Couple of double jumps here makes me go higher. It's always nice. See, and there we go. I also have a visual stuff for that, see if that treats me well. Nice, first try, let's go. So the way that works is you have to set yourself up at a certain pixel in order to make that jump. You basically have to stand on the edge of that platform, after which you can basically drop down and just fall through the floor. But there are ways that you have to kind of readjust yourself to get there. But that was really cool to get that. Okay, now for the real thing though, the jerk birds here. They carry rocks, that's all you need to know. They'll know where to find you, let's just say that. See, at least I got a somewhat safe setup for this. But casually, this can be kind of a pain. Oh, that was a late throw, jeez. Sometimes you have no idea where these grenades land. I throw them out there and like, okay, they're over there. Okay, cool. Okay, this went pretty well though. Okay, it's almost the end of Raiders. Now we've got one more thing. That's the boss fight with Belloc.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, we're not supposed to look here, by the way. So yeah, don't look. If you don't want your face to melt, just don't look. Oh, I'm running too far away. Let's do it this way, I guess. Bit of improv. Oh dear. Okay, you can look now. It's closed. You can look now. All right, that's the end of the first movie. That's Raiders. So you got this final cutscene here that directly launches us into the second movie, which is going to be, of course, the Temple of Doom. And yeah, a little bit later, we're in Shanghai in Club Obi-Wan. We got poisoned. We need to find the anti-poison, and this is basically the first. Oh, I just stopped there. I basically have to make sure to avoid these crosshairs. And it's very important that I do that because, oh, that that was such a weird setup. Oh well, I'll try it again.
Let's go.
They can hit you very quickly, and it can be deadly. I'll try again though. Just do this. Okay. I usually use a grenade with the waiter to make it a bit easier. There we go. Okay. It's a short stage, but yeah, if it goes wrong, it can head the other way pretty quickly, so yeah. But there we go.
Let's go.
We're going to the streets of Shanghai. We're not going to see a whole lot of street though, because we're mostly going to stay on top if everything goes well. We got these awnings that we jump from, some that you basically bounce from, and that's going to be a pretty cool floor or rooftop jump that I can go for if I get that. Let's see. Nice, got it. So that jump, it's really precise. You really have to look at the animation and see if you can actually make it, and then basically make a full jump. And if you get it, you can basically grab the edge of that rooftop from the other side. So that way you can get through a level a little bit faster. And you can also grab some other stuff that you'll need for later. So I just picked up an extra grenade. And yeah, I can use that soon, very soon. First off, we got some Mode 7. So I hope you all like Mode 7, because there's going to be a couple of stages featuring that. And the first one is basically as we have to escape from a plane, and we head down this mountain with a rubber boat. As you can see, apparently it's only Indy who's on board. Short Round and Willy are nowhere to be found, but yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's they didn't have enough memory space or something. But yeah, the thing is to mostly really avoid the trees and the rocks as well. There's tiny rocks here and there. If everything goes well and I don't get hit by anything, it will always last exactly as long each time. So it's basically null scroller in that sense. Just have to avoid them. We've got some very iconic music, of course. Just gonna slide a little bit. There we go. Whee! Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna drop. Yeah. So you know that as soon as you cannot jump anymore, that's when you know you're at the end of the stage. All right, so we're heading down the river, and eventually you get to Pankot Palace. And yeah, this is a funny thing. This is basically a level that's constructed around a scene in the movie that takes roughly 3 seconds to play out. So they were like, yeah, let's do this. So we got this whole thing where we can hide behind statues, and they basically made it a maze-like level, sort of. And you have to figure out from which side you have to hide behind the statue. So you know, go around a little bit, but of course we know how to do this exactly, so we're just gonna do it right the first time. And this is where the 2 grenades come in handy, because there's these 2 groups of enemies that I encounter, and they're easier to take out using these grenades, so speeds it up a little bit. So it's not essential, but it does make it a little bit quicker, you know, if you can get it. All right, and now we head into the Temple of Doom very slowly, to the core of well, this speedrun maybe. This is definitely one of the tougher stages to do, because it involves, you know, staying alive and doing lava boosting and all that. So there's going to be some stuff happening here. See if I can do it. This is definitely one of the tricks that took me a while to figure out how to do that. There's a certain way that you want to go through this. You mostly want to stay alive, but you also want to boost yourself and hit those pads at certain points. And if you get it down, it's really cool. Okay, so now we're at the bottom here. This is actually where checkpoint is. So if I die here, then it's still fine. Okay. I'm still boosting through lava here. Okay, there's 2 of these guards coming up, and I'm gonna try and see if I can hit both of them with 1 grenade. Oh, nice, I got him. I typically don't get that because, oh, okay. Okay. Still fine. But yeah, if I throw my grenade there, there's a good chance I only hit the guard on the right side, so the other stays off screen, and I won't be getting to him until later. But yeah, that's what I would want to see ideally.
Let's go.
All right, and now for the second part. Getting further in, and this is where we can try to save the children who are at work here. Oh yeah, I forgot to throw a grenade here. But yeah, this level, I would say this level is almost tougher than the previous one, seeing that so much can go wrong very quickly, especially with all the enemies that you're surrounded by, like these bats. Let's see, can I do this? Yep. Okay, that was good. And all the conveyor belt shenanigans. You know, you just try to kind of survive this. And the thing is, sometimes, you know, I wind up dying just before the checkpoint. I have to redo this whole section again. But this went pretty well, at least, so... there we go. Going for a little bit of swag here. You know, it's a marathon. You can afford yourself a little bit of swag. And then we conclude with a couple of grenade throws, and then we go down here, just drop down a couple of times, and rolling out. Okay, so that went pretty well, actually. Okay, so it's time for some more Mode 7. We just write this minecart. Perfect thing for Mode 7 here. So we have to hit the other minecarts before they knock us off the rails. And I also have to hit these switches. I always have to hit them once. That's very important to know. For some reason, we're also surrounded by lava, so yeah, stuff happens clearly. That lava is not actually in the movie, I realized. I was rewatching the movie like last year and noticed that there wasn't any lava in this whole section like at all. There we go, just doing that. Also, yeah, so the switches have kind of weird hitbox in that you have to apparently hit them lower than you think you would have to hit them. So I also aim a little bit lower for that in order to ensure that I'll be able to hit them, because it works. No, that's right. There we go, just, you know, just running it out. There's a couple more coming up, but we're almost done, really. So each of these, each subsequent movie gets less screen time in the game. So this is like the middle one in terms of length. Raiders is the biggest one, and then Last Crusade is the shortest one, actually. But first, yeah, we have this boss fight here. Fight Molaram on this bridge, of course. And it's another really short fight if it goes well. So I basically... Oh, okay. No big deal. Okay, that... I have some weird approaches to this, apparently, recently. But anyway, it's about as short a fight as the previous one. So, yeah. The boss fights are kind of anticlimactic in that sense. But, you know, it's sort of evoking the movie. There's that, at least. Okay, so that was movie 2. So it's time for the final movie, The Last Crusade. And... this is directly gonna throw us into the sewers of Venice. So there's gonna be some rats. And this level is one where we try to hide from the fire. We got these gaps that we can go in, and I tried to speed up a little bit by kind of jumping ahead a little bit. But you really have to listen to the audio cues for this one in order to get through, because otherwise it's very easy to get stuck. So this guys have to hit wait twice. There we go. Grab this grenade. It's gonna be handy for a little bit later. And a little bit of parkour. Once more. The fire. For some reason everyone else can totally handle the fire except for me. I don't know why. But yeah, there we go. That's the sewers. So now that I kind of cut ahead a little bit, because there are certain things that you would have thought about, like, hey, this would be cool for an extra scene, but I guess because of lack of space, they wouldn't be able to make that. But yeah, anyway, we're coming ahead a little bit. We're in this castle. We have to save our dad, and in the meantime, we have these soldiers who are extremely well camouflaged into the background, so it can be tough to kind of make them out, really. And also, their shooting patterns can be somewhat tricky to deal with, because what's coming up over here, for instance, is me trying to kind of sandwich myself in between there. There we go. And otherwise, you see that one soldier at the bottom of the stair just now. If I would have missed that first time around, it would have been a lot tougher to make that cycle. Right, we got another grenade here. We're gonna use 2 of these grenades to deal with these bolt guys. And again, it's not essential, but it makes it easier. So just speeding things up a little bit. There we go, this is the next one. Alright, and now it's time for another cameo. Like I said, we're gonna meet our dad. So say hi to Sean Connery. We're gonna just jump over him for speed. Normally he has a voice line. He says, Chunya, if you kind of run into him, and then Indy kind of runs off. That's basically it, really. But yeah, anyway, there's your cameo. Alright, now it's time for all the whipping trademark. We basically have to sort of escape the castle, I guess. It's being set on fire. Eventually you see fire appear in these windows, and I basically have to make my way through here. So there's basically no floor whatsoever, and there's bullets chasing me, so I'm trying to stay ahead of it somewhat. At least I'm hoping I won't get chased into, or I won't get knocked into this pit, because that would be kind of disastrous, since there's no checkpoint in this level, so it's also fun if that goes certain ways. Alright, and now we're heading a little bit further up and into the Zeppelin. Okay, that was a bit poorly timed. It's fine though. But yeah, this is basically the part where we would normally... Wait, I'm not supposed to be down here. What am I doing? See, I'm just gonna... up here. I was already thinking ahead. There's a part where I do that later on, so... I sometimes make the mistake. Oh, there's no one there, actually. It's another one of those seeming enemy swaps where... someone doesn't appear in a certain place and yet does appear in another place. I'm gonna grab this, I think. I needed that, actually. Oh my god, that was actually amazing. Okay, let's see. We can do this again. The boxes. Oh, it just... Well, wasn't he just there? It just went away. Okay, bye, I guess. Oh yeah, so there's actually technically another floor clip that you can do there, but it's a way more complicated to set up, because you really have to do it very quickly. And if you get it like first try, it can save you like 7 seconds, but getting the setup for that is just really, really tough and complicated. So no one has really done it in a run so far, but who knows, maybe in the future. Okay, so now it's time for some flying action here. There's a cheese thread here where basically just stay on top of the screen, just take out all these planes. You can see in the bottom right how many I have to take out still, so just have to kind of see where they appear and then head over there. And of course this is entirely inaccurate with the movie, because they don't shoot any planes at all there. The only plane that's getting shot at is their own, and well, if I try to do that, I'll just die, so it's probably best not to do that, at least. See, gonna fly through here. Okay, and we're done. And that was the last Mode 7 stage as well. A couple more regular stages left, and then it's time for the finale. First we head to Alexandretta. This is basically, there's a bit of a level, and then there's a, well, sort of mini boss fight, sort of. You'll see soon enough. I tried to jump over these guys. Oh, this one is here very frequently. Okay. So do this. Oh, okay. Oh my god. This has actually happened before previously. I have a clip of this on my channel where I've gotten the exact same thing. Anyway, benefit of dying is that any enemy that you've killed before won't reappear. So that does make it a little bit easier to travel through, at least. It's a very good tip. Anyway, let's try it again. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to jump over him, really. Kind of went wrong, but there we go. So now we fight Vogel, and this is of course a scene where they're basically fighting, and this tank is about to... Can you not? Where this tank is about to ride into the canyon, and we have to basically... In this case, we have to beat Vogel before that happens, so... it's only 4 hits, but you can only... Oh. You can only hit him whilst he's standing, which is great. Okay, one more, I think? Yeah, there we go. As you can see in the graphic down below, it was getting somewhat close. But there we go. Okay, time for one more regular stage. And this is where you would normally do the trials in order to save your dad. It kind of has the same setting, but you don't really do the trials, so there's no guessing the right spelling of Jehovah or the Leap of Faith or whatnot. You do see some of the props, I guess, like displayed, those sort of thing as well. So this can be a tough level for sure if you're on pace. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and yeah, you just try to survive this. So sometimes I take a couple of these boosts. Okay, that was close. Oftentimes I don't really roll around as much because there's simply not enough space for that. So try to occasionally play it safe wherever I can. Although this is still good for rolling, I guess. So, okay. Bit of a delay there. Still fine. I'm just gonna... Okay. This one... Okay, we should be good, I think. See? Yeah, it's very important that I kind of run into that enemy, because I find it I find it safer to deal with it that way. Yeah, that can still do things to you. Anyway, now it's the final fight. This is Donovan the Skeleton, who chose poorly. And time's gonna be on the final hit, by the way, so get ready for that. See, couple of hits here, and time. Yay! And that was Indiana Jones, the original Indiana Jones trilogy in roughly 30 minutes. It's just over 30 minutes. It's still fine. I mean, if you die in this game, it can set you back quite a bit occasionally, but I'm glad with this result. Now we get the final scene for Last Crusade, and it's once again not entirely accurate in terms of dialogue, I think. Shouts to the dog, by the way. That was a very nice dog, I know. But yeah, that's yeah, I was very happy to show this off to you all. It's always a fun game to really run, and yeah, I could definitely recommend checking this out if you like. Shouts to the other runners as well. But yeah, if you want to run this game, feel free to hit me up, and I can tell you all about it. Oh, this is where to say, oh, you can try for the harder difficulties as well. So I haven't gone into that, but the main the difference is that enemies take more hits, and I think you also have fewer lives and continues. So it does become a bit more difficult in that sense. And in easy, most enemies take one hit, and it's a lot easier to go through in that sense. So it's very speedrun friendly. So I could definitely recommend this category for sure. All right, yeah. Happy with the result for sure, and yeah, thanks once again for ESA for letting this game in. If you want to see more variety speedrunning, I speedrun this alongside various other games. Feel free to drop me a follow on twitch.tv/janglestorm, and I guess you'll never know what to expect, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And yeah, also, yeah, keep donating for Save the Children for a very good cause. And I've got one more run coming up on Saturday, also on stream too, doing some Super Adventure Islands, so it's going to be some hot gems there, so get ready for that. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the run. So yeah, have a good one. See ya.